Welcome back into another edition of the BJ Brooks Show. And as always, we want to thank Ryan Morton at Canopy Realty for all that he does for high school athletics, and obviously this show right here for Sardis Lions. Each and every week we can come sit in with Coach Brooks and find out how the Lions are doing, keeping up with behind-the-scenes things, and again, thank them for everything they do for high school sports. BJ, last week, I got an opportunity to come up here and watch you guys play for the first time this season, and took me about, 15, 20 minutes to find the park, first of all, because I got up here after the game had already kicked off because I was down in Calhoun County at a couple of games before I came up. And the atmosphere was unbelievable. We had you call in on the final drive last week and talk to you about it. But for those who didn't hear that conversation with you on the final drive, tell everybody, A, about the atmosphere, B, a 14-7 comeback victory in the second half when you were down 14-7. And then C, what it was like for your kids to witness a game normally where they'd pack it in, give up, to come back and get a gritty, come from behind win at home.
Yeah. So one, just touching on the environment. The environment's awesome. The community's awesome here. It's awesome when your kids are coming out for pregame and there's people out here tailgating.
That's awesome.
And they can smell the charcoal. There's a shrimp bowl going on. There's all kinds of different things, and then they get out there, and it's everything that makes the environment awesome as far as the music over the speakers, seeing their friends, seeing it packed out, seeing people stand along the fence. It's an awesome high school experience, and that's what we were really trying to capture for our kids here. When people even come here, they're like, "Man, it's awesome playing here. It's a good environment." Two, talking about the game, we struggled in the first half. We missed on a few things. Defensively, we let them convert too many second and longs, third and longs. At halftime, I just kind of told the guys, I don't know if there's any more bullets in the chambers to shoot ourselves with. So
y'all make you the clip on yourself.
Yeah, we have, and we just needed to settle and come out and do our jobs. I felt like Brewer had a good game plan. They were trying not to let us hit too many deep balls. They try to keep everything in front. And, I told the guys, I said, we're not going to be able to hit a big play. We're going to have to go out there, and we're going to have to be disciplined, and we're going to have 10, 12, 14 play drives, 80-plus yard drives. And I said, but the good news is you can do it because I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it against DAR. I've seen you have against New Hope have a 92-yard drive. I've seen you have an 84-yard drive. Columbia, you have a 90-something yard drive. We go back to Arab. Both touchdown drives in the first half against Arab were both over 90 yards. So it's not like we're not capable of putting together a long drive. We were just going to have to do that to win the game, and we found a way to do that. And the kids played tough, and I think that was the most thing that made me proud was just talking about all the time about our kids having grit, refusing to lose. You're not going to accept no for the answer. And we had some guys step up and have some grit about them and found a way to get a win.
There at the end of the game, which is very special. You guys kind of took momentum and took over the game running the football, which is always good for a coach to enjoy. But it's also homecoming festivities. Yeah. How special was it for these kids to get that win on homecoming?
I think it's their first homecoming win ever. So
golly.
Yeah.
They had to be emotional for them.
Yeah, and I think it was. I think they were relieved. I think it's just kind of the, where I think we're starting to get where we expect to win.
Yeah.
So
it's big
whether it's homecoming or not, we got a chance.
Now, this week you play another foe that we're very familiar with in Douglas, which is not too far from here, so these kids know each other. And you know the coaches over there. And they definitely present a different set of challenges. A nice physical bunch of kids that play hard for Coach Lyles and company. But what have you seen from them specifically on film?
Yeah, when I got this job, I didn't know Coach Lyles. He was actually one of the first coaches to kind of reach out to me and from this area. And so I think they do a good job there. I think one of the best compliments you could ever get as a coach is that your kids play hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he 100% gets his kids to play hard for
I
him.
agree with that.
I think they're really good at what they do. They're physical. They're a physical football team. Their offensive line is really good. They're really physical. Number 11, he's a really good ball player. Plays defense, plays offense. It's a little. I would say Cross County, even though we're in Etowah County, they're in Marshall County, but they've just grown up playing these guys. Yeah. So it's a big game. Like you said, they all know each other. We're just looking forward to the challenge.
What do you need out of your guys to get a victory this Friday night?
I think you got to be the most physical team. You got to execute. I think the team that's most physical and makes the fewest mistakes will win the ball game.
Yeah, and how special is it to have another home game?
Hey man, it's awesome. We're about to get 2 in a row, so or really be 3 in a row.
Y'all been the Road Warriors, Hawking
yeah,
Animal.
I know. And so now we've had home game last week. We played host Douglas at home, and then we have Scottsboro at home, and then we'll have to make a little short bus ride to Boaz, but then we get to have Gunnersville at home, and then the last game we'll finish up at Mike Robertson Stadium.
Coach, are you going to fly a drone over to Gunnersville and Scottsboro to see what's transpiring over there?
Hey, I don't know. That should be a pretty good little ball game though.
Yeah, that one's going to be good. That one's going to be a really good game. And
2 really good teams that are both very well coached. And
here's another question for you. We live in a time of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets their news fast and in a hurry and instantly. How do you keep your guys from looking ahead? Because I know everybody's going to be saying, man, Scottsboro's coming down.
Yeah.
Scottsboro's coming down. How do you keep them from looking ahead?
Just constantly having to tell them, like, guys, we're focused on today. We got to get better today. And just getting them to understand, like it's already happened to us. If you don't get every single rep the way you need it, then Friday might turn out the way we want it. So just, making them understand to be present in the moment. And we haven't arrived by any means, and we have to show up to work every single day.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one. Coach, any final thoughts or anything anybody needs to know? You guys can be tailgating again?
Oh, yeah. If it's home, we'll be tailgating. So it'll be right over here beside the football field house by the weight room. There'll be a lot of people out there. Hey, bring you something to eat and just come support our guys and support our community and keep pouring into them. We can't thank you enough for it. The kids love it.
Coach, there's so many grills going. They don't even have to bring their own grill, do they? Just borrow somebody's.
Hey, I thought about sneaking out there.
You can do that in the pregame for sure.
Yeah, I just like to have a little bit of alone time for myself and go over calls and plays. Maybe if I was an assistant, I might look after some of our assistants myself.
Why don't you get Nikki to run out there and get you a play?
She would if I asked her.
Yeah.
Her or my wife, they'll do anything I ask them. They're awesome. So
yeah, that's how you do it right there. You kill 2 birds with one stone then.
Yeah, they try to leave me alone though. They know sometimes they come in there and they're like, okay, he's trying to get ready, he's trying to get in the zone, so they'll try to give me some space. So.
It's not like Friday Night Lights where that community comes in and tries to tell you what's going to work this week. You remember that?
Yeah. Hey, there's people, it's the community. There's a lot of people out there that know a lot about football and a lot about stuff. And but then you got a lot of people out there that think they can tell you what to do and they don't even know what a 3 technique is.
Yeah.
So, you just take it all for what it's worth. And
it might be good on Madden, though, Coach.
They could be. They might could beat me in Madden.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the BJ Brooks Show. And God willing, we're going to be back here each and every week, and we were looking forward to coming back next week to talk about the Douglas game. Thank you guys for watching.
Come see us.